instead of a school playground, a tear instead of a beaming smile.
Focused on the grind, never kick back. I ain't holding shit back. This 40 still poking where my rib at. Little homie moms never can where her kids at. This bodega corner store where she get a fix at.
We back. I've been telling y'all, I need to be more consistent. I had a lot of things going on the last 2 weeks, but I haven't missed a beat. I've been watching everything that's going on. And really the main thing that everything is surrounding is this man, Sue Surf. Last couple of blogs have been about Surf. Listen, the boy is back and he's putting out content. He's on the spaces. He's talking, and people are listening. He's doing what he has to do to generate views within the culture. He's also doing things outside the culture. Just seen he did a DJ Drewski interview at Hot 97. He did the Summer Jam. He's doing things. He's busy. He's keeping busy, but he's keeping his pulse on battle rap. And he's been saying some things that have a lot of people in a frenzy. And I've seen a lot of people hitting me up on the YouTube and on the Twitter talking about, yo, you got to talk about this. You got to address this. Like, Surf talking about he needs 250K or he's not coming back. Surf talking about winning and how important is winning and the fact that he never tried to win a battle. So, again, I look at things differently. I know Surf. I knew Surf before he was Surf. Like, I knew him before he was Surf. You understand? So, seeing how he's progressed, the rivalry that me and him had, of course, it's like you see things and you just be like, yeah, like he understands. And he's pushing his brand. And I think that's what a lot of people are like. Either they love him or they hate him for that, because he's going to push his brand. He's going to be cocky. He's going to do what he needs to do. And then everybody else can fall in line. But the fact that he moves like that is honorable to me. He got shot, came back, did time, came back, just did another bid, came back. And he's still running laps around everyone. So you have to really just understand the gravity that he brings around him in the culture and how everybody responds to it. And from someone that actually battled him and someone that actually had like a huge rivalry with him, you do have to understand the numbers, the things that follow him and the things that like he has created that make sure that they generate certain income and bring a certain value. He understands his value. If he's saying he's not going to battle for no less than 250K, what are y'all mad for? If he can generate it, then he can generate it. He's putting a number out there. He has enough plugs. He has enough contacts. He has enough reach financially where he can get that type of money. If he's getting it through the mixtapes, if he's getting it off the albums, if he's getting it off of streaming, if he's getting it just in abundance of a whole bunch of things, then let him do what he's got to do, show those numbers to the right investors, and somehow, some way, figure out how he can get that bag. For all you know, he knows so many celebrities that just want to see him. They might just put up some bread. It could be 2-3 different celebrities that sit there and say, yo, I got 50 for you. I'll put up 50 for you. It's nothing. He knows NBA players. He knows all types of people. He knows rappers. He knows this. So, Surf could put a number out there and just see where the demand is at. And then, with his relationships, work on it like, yo, y'all want to see me come back? This is my number. And, that's how things come to fruition. I remember when Lux said he wasn't coming back for more than 20K. And people were looking at Lux like he was crazy. Like he was crazy, 20,000 for a battle. And look how much the game has changed. Look how much the game has changed. In order to be great, you have to have forward thinking. And you have to be bold and stand on your price. And Lux did that, and he pushed the culture forward with that, where there was bigger bags and more investors and leagues and league owners trying to figure out how to generate more money in order to put these battles together. And I think that's the thing about it. I think battle rap is very stagnant right now. The business is stagnant as well. Every league has the same format. 3 rounds, 3 minutes. Every league has the same battlers. Every league has the same look. Every league has the same editing. Like, no one is thinking of how to, like, create content differently to separate themselves. So Surf saying something about the business side of it with 250K. Please understand that these are ways that you can push the culture to maybe bring some juice back into it. Maybe somebody will put up the right amount of money. And with that comes a certain type of event or a certain type of look or a certain type of whatever in order to generate that money and push the culture forward. You don't know because everyone's stuck and no one wants change. But if Surf is doing this, Surf is also a part of the change and he's trying to push it that way. But y'all can't think small-minded. And I think that's where the frustration comes. Like, a lot of people in this culture just think small-minded. Y'all could be a league owner, you could be a battler, you could be a Hall of Famer in this shit. We're all thinking small. And thinking small is the reason why battle rap has plateaued. So when I see Surf doing that, I'm not mad at it at all, because if he could figure out a way to get it. And maybe it'll be a way that more battlers could get it in the future. Dudes is struggling out here. Don't let them fool you and act like they're not struggling. 95% of battle rappers is check to check. Maybe 90. Because some of us have jobs. But still, it's not like people are living off of just battle rap and flourishing like we once were. So to me, I'm saluting that, and I want to see what he can create, what type of opportunities, what type of opportunities he can create that may be able to generate that type of value. But don't underestimate him. And don't underestimate yourselves in this culture. Like, I feel like that's why I really turned on this camera, because people are just like, oh, I just want to see you battle. And we have to do better. Even the fans, the supporters, like, we have to do better. There's Wody votes and Cody votes, and dudes is not even donating for that. But they want to complain about someone trying to get 6 figures and someone trying to get this and, and better their life. What are we doing this for? We're entertaining you, and we was entertaining you for free for a long time on YouTube. You might not even have the app. You might not even be subscribed to that app, but you feel like you have a voice in telling Surf or telling any battle rapper what their value is or what they should be paid, and you just want to see them battle. No, it doesn't go like that. There's a business side, and then there's a love for this game. And we've put in a lot of work where we've shown a lot of love. So you're not getting any younger, you know what I'm saying? Dudes have kids that's in college. Dudes have kids that's really flourishing at this time. So you can't really just accept anything at this point. Like, our kids get older. Families are getting older. We got bills. We got houses. We got mortgages. We got rent. We got family members that are getting sick. We're taking care of family members. We're doing all types of stuff now. We're not kids anymore, just rapping to be known. And I think people are really missing that, So if he's trying to get 250K, let him try to get the 250K. Like, I don't understand why people are upset. And if he's going to get the 250K, who's he going to battle? Who's he going to battle? Mook? Who's he going to battle? Easy? It's got to be a big name for him to go get that. So that means the B-side of the card, whoever is the B-side, I'm not saying like Mook or Easy's a B-side, but whoever's the B-side, whoever's the opposite standing against Surf on the opposite side of the ring can get the same type of bag or close to it. You can't be mad at that. Excuse me. You can't be mad at that at all. You know, it's forward thinking and it's putting money in dudes' pockets, and it's pushing the culture ultimately, especially if the battle becomes a success and they see that they can make that money. You know, I just was looking at things and I was like, I don't know why people are so offended by this. You know, like I really didn't understand why people were so offended by it when I felt like this was a good thing. And I don't even think he's really wilding. I don't really think he's wilding by thinking that, oh, he should get 250K. I don't think that's even cocky. I don't think there's no bravado in it. I just think it's mathematically he's calculating the type of money he can generate. And for him to lock in and give this performance that people have been waiting for so long, then yeah, I wanted to be at this number, you know? I remember a couple years ago, and even now, everyone is hype about Jazz and Misfit, right? But when Misfit battled Farrah and then she battled Official, it was at its ultimate height. And I remember sitting with Misfit and I was like, yo, like, let's lock this in, like, right now, like you and Jazz, you know, especially when Misfit went and she put out the whole 911 operator cop angle, and it just brought so much interest. And people were calling her left and right to book the battle. And Misfit had a number and she had a price. And nobody wanted to give her that price. And she respectfully declined every time. Nah, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. I'm not budging. I'm not budging. And I used to look at it like, yo, Fit, like, you know, why you won't, you know, like take a little less, or why you won't do it on this stage? Because there were leagues that actually had the bag, but she didn't like the looks and she didn't want to be on certain things. Like she had it, she was very particular. And then I had a conversation with her and she was like, cool, like what else do I have after Jazz? This will be the highlight of my battle rap legacy or my career. I can't take less because there's not another battle that I can see in the immediate future that will be bigger than this. So I'm setting the bar for what my ultimate price is. And when I thought about it, I was like, wow. And she was like, and I'm trying to do it for the females. She was like, a lot of the females, like, you know, they're taking shorts. And a lot of females, there were times where leagues try to negotiate Misfit and Jazz. And then they'll get another female to battle Jazz and they'll get her for way less on big stages. So it was always like an undercut thing. And I used to look at that and she would look at it the same way, like, yo, like people are not only fucking up my value, but they're ruining their value by just taking anything for the opportunity. And I think battle rap has gotten into that cycle where people are just taking any opportunity they can because they want to be on a big stage or because they want to be, you know, seen in at the top of the card on a flyer. But you're cutting yourself short, your value, you're diminishing it. You're depreciating everything that you worked hard and built for over the years. Some leagues don't have it. It's cool. It's not a beef. But I want to find my price and I want to find my bag. And until that comes to fruition, I'm cool. I'm chilling. And when she used to move like that, I respected it, you know, and that's little sis to me, but I learned that from her. Like, yo, she's right. you know? So when you look at those things, I see the same thing with Surf. Surf is looking at it right now like, yo, like, they are fiending for me. They are dying for me. Of course, I want 250K. Of course, I'm going to try to push for a certain number. He might actually have a different number in his head. But he knows if what's the number one rule in negotiation? You start high. And then when somebody comes at you with a certain number, then you negotiate. You bounce numbers back and forth. You know, for all you know, he might have a different number in his head, but he's starting at 250. Let me see if somebody got that. Oh, no. All right, cool. What's your counter offer? And then go on from there. Yeah, so basically, you really never know how he's playing it. And to be honest with you, that's the way you're supposed to play it. You put a number, you figure it out, you plot, you plan, you execute. He's moving on his own timing. And also there's this other thing that he mentioned and he spoke on, like never trying to win a battle. And people were like pissed off about that. It doesn't even matter what his preparation or what his train of thought was going into battles. It worked. Whatever it is that he did, it worked. Now, do I personally believe that Surf didn't try to win battles? No. I think he tried to win battles, of course. But I think he understood the bigger picture where having a great performance will catapult you to stay on the major cards, be at the top of the flyer, and generate more money. Again, this all circulates around increasing your value. It's just in different ways. And I think he's really trying to tell battle rappers, stop thinking small. And that's exactly what I was just saying earlier. Like, we're thinking small. He's like, yo, you guys are so concerned with winning a battle that nothing else matters. And no, that's not how you get further. But instead of people trying to listen to the gems and take heed to what he's telling them, they're hell-bent on the wins and the losses. And at the end of the day, from someone that has over 100 battles, your wins and your losses count, but what really matters are the moments that you create. What really matters is the impact that a battle has. When you have a battle, when you 30 somebody, nobody really talks about it. They go back, they watch it one time, they say you killed him, and that's it. You might have one or two quotables, but like for the most part, people aren't like going back to the battle because you know the outcome. But when you have a great battle and it's close and it's competitive and both battles are fire and it's entertaining, then it becomes barbershop talk. Then it becomes talk all throughout the streets, the media. That's how it goes viral because people can't pick a winner, but they know that both guys were just talented and it was crazy and it's memorable and people watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it. And you know what happens? Both MCs end up being booked on the next card. Both MCs end up being at the top of flyers. It is what it is. So, you know, he's not coming from a place where he doesn't understand that. He definitely understands that. And Surf is a person that choked in a lot of battles, didn't prepare in a lot of battles. But he's still where he's at because of the ones that he did have moments for were memorable, amazing. And it kept him at the top of the flyer and it keeps him at a certain level financially when he's getting booked. That's why he's still able to come home after 4 years and skip past everybody. And he's possibly going to get Mook or he'll take Easy or, you know, these options that he has. It's not little options. But don't get caught up on the wins and losses because at the end of the day, everybody loses. We're all talented in battle rap that we can beat anybody on any given day for the most part. It's just a matter of preparation, angles, timing. Everything comes into play with that. And there's certain times where it's just someone's day and it's fine. but it's not gonna crack your legacy too much, you know. It's just not, you know. Easy is who Easy is, even though Geechee went viral with him in that round. Hitman is who Hitman is, even though Easy went viral on him. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's a L, but he's still Hitman Holla. Yeah, that's a L from Geechee, but he's still easy to block. You know, so forth and so forth. But you know what? Out of all those battles, you know what's the battle they're going to talk about the most? Him and Chess. So right there, same thing with Surf. Yeah, what you going to do? You're going to talk about Surf choking against Lux? I was popping bottles, champagne, and all that, and celebrating his flop. But what people are really gonna go back to is Surf versus Hitman, and they're gonna go back to Surf versus Geechee, and they're gonna go back to Surf's run right before he went in, and those were bigger moments than that. So he's not wrong. Listen, this culture, there's a lot of knowledge to be given from people from our era and beyond us. We've been through it. We've had battles. We've traveled all over the world. When he speaks, he's coming from a place where he understands his value. And that's the main thing that's needed for battle rap to flourish right now. We're in a funk. We're on a down spiral. And Surf is someone that understands his value, and he understands what he can bring to the table in order to regenerate the interest in battle rap. Think big. Look at the bigger picture. There's a lot to be learned from just shutting up and listening. So while everyone's all in a frenzy or whatever, pay attention to the message, read between the lines, and read the room. There's a lot of game to be taught, especially for the battlers. Especially for the battlers. You guys can really learn a lot. All you gotta do is shut up, listen, and then apply. Anyways, I holla at y'all. Full court press. Y'all know what it is.